morning, everybody. I'm your favorite sports analyst, Jamar McKill with
James Derwitz.
and y'all finna get served with J&J Sports, episode 39. James, I'm feeling good, man. How you feeling, man?
I feel fantastic. It's our first show of 2024, and we're blessed to be back.
Oh, man, it's always a blessing to be back and just to be here in 2024, giving y'all and we appreciate everybody that's been watching our episodes. We're gonna keep going hard for y'all. But we're going to dive right into it. You know, we don't waste no time. So the first thing we got up, James, and a lot of people have been talking about this, college football. Georgia State, they breaks Florida State's undefeated record this past weekend. Did you watch this game, James?
I saw the highlights, and I've seen everybody talking about what went on.
Yeah.
I guess just even leading up to the game.
Mm-hmm.
And
oh, man, the Dogs came out. They took care of business this time, man. They was winning. It was 63-3. Massive breakdown. And you know, it's college, and I get, you know, it's gonna be high scoring games at times, but 63-3 is like, what do you think happened, man?
Well, I know just leading up to the game, weren't there a lot of it was Florida State players who decided to sit for the game, right?
Yeah, it was
29 scholarship players.
It was a couple of them. Yeah. I don't know why they decided to sit, but you know they needed to be out in the field because I mean it's Georgia you're playing against, you know, and you know you kind of think about it, it's a home game, so I mean they couldn't put anything on the board. You know that's what's like, you know, I couldn't understand.
What I'm really curious about is it that big of a beatdown if those 29 players decide to go ahead and play? No, I don't. They'll have something at least on the board. You know what I mean? That's the thing. It's more
like
than a field goal. You
know, even if it's 63-30 or 4, you know, that's you're trying. But 3 is just like, it's like that's kind of embarrassing. But just to kind of get into it, man. Our first question: should Florida State be embarrassed with the score to you?
I think so, and I know we were kind of moving past it, but you know to have those 29 players not show up to play the game, I mean that's rough too because they're going to school there and they're going there to get their education, but that's, you know, on the agreement that they're also going to play sports for
right.
School,
yeah.
So
I feel like, you know, I'm gonna say yes and no. I'm gonna say yes, and the reason because you guys were defeated to get your first major loss, but with a major score, but in no, because it's a tough team to beat. Georgia State, you know, we talked about them earlier, you know, in our episodes, and I always knew like they were going to be a problem. There was going to be a problem for sure. So it's showing now. If we just go into Georgia pros, man, they had a great running team in this game, James, from the beginning to end. And I feel like when you have a great running team early, man, you unstoppable. You don't even have to do nothing like that. So the defense was giving Florida a hard time in the first half. I mean, they weren't letting them score anything. And it's just amazing on all cylinders, offense and defense, really.
Yeah, I know. The CBS YouTube title card had called it the worst loss of the year, and definitely the largest FBS bowl win in history.
Yeah, I would say college-wise. I think the last time we seen those type of numbers was with the NFL game with the Broncos in Miami.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's been a minute, but yeah, man, they definitely got to come up with a good win after this loss. If we go into Florida cons, though, man, they just couldn't stop that running game. They could not stop that running game. And, you know, we're going to get into the star player, but and they just couldn't make things shake on the offensive side in the first half, which is never good. You know, I can see if you were stopping the other team from scoring as well, but if that team's scoring and you can't get nothing on the offense going, I mean, it's bad. It's bad. And it just seemed like they gave up after that first half, man. I just feel like they stopped. And, I mean, who blames them? You know, it's such a high score up. They're not getting anything done. It's like the game pretty much, I wouldn't say over, but it's like, what else can you do, you know?
How would you judge, like, the players and kind of the way that they were holding themselves in the game? It seems like probably Georgia, they were confident, ready,
happy
to be there.
They came ready to play. And that's a good thing playing like that in a way, in somebody else's territory. So it's like, you know, I can't I can't wait to see how they end up, man. I think they can make it to the championship and all that.
And at the level of getting to bowl games, I mean, this is big. This is
Yeah,
going to actually maybe affect the players' futures going
yeah,
down the way, draft status, everything like that. So
yeah. These everything and professional. These type of games could show like this is great highlights. Um, and if we just go into the play of the game, man, Florida they fumbling the ball in that second quarter kick return. It was a kick return, and with the score 21-3. That's when I knew this game is pretty much wrapped up. That's kind of when I figured that out. When you drop the ball in a kick return, it's wild, you know. Um, and then the second question, man, is Georgia State running game going to be a problem just for the remainder of their season?
I think so. That's a statement, win
Yeah,
right there. And to use the running game like they did, they didn't have to worry about throwing it as much
throwing it
because
as much until like the second half.
they could depend on that run game. Does it seem like that was probably their mentality was run first throughout the game?
Yeah, play. And that's a good thing. To get it going because a lot of teams can't get their running game going. So it's hard. Especially in the NFL. Um,
And for the undefeated Florida to go through this, have an undefeated season, and then not be able to figure it out and stop the running game.
yeah, right, exactly. Man, it was a problem. They definitely gonna be a problem just for the fact of those two talented running backs, man. If we get into it, the players of the game, Kendall Milton, that's the guy. He was snapping, man. He had 104, 9 carries, 104 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. Honestly, I feel like he could have had more in this game. And the key thing about it, James, he's only a freshman playing like this. So picture when he gets junior, sophomore, junior, he's gonna be a problem.
Do you think he's going to play all 4 years of college, or do you think he'll probably leave a year early to the NFL?
If he's playing at this rate, he might could leave a year early and get on a good team.
If
And
he
then
keeps it up.
Dejon Edwards, and he's already at 800 rushing yards this season. So with those, it seems like they got a good running system going. I think that's what's kind of keeping them. And then their defense is just like I said, a problem. They was chewing the quarterback up. They was making it hard for him. They got a few open looks, but Georgia was just all on them, man. They're just a real hype team to me. Like they're hype and they know they're good and they're confident. So
And that all translated over into this big bowl game win.
yeah, man. And it's important. It's important, especially because we're going to the playoffs soon, and it's a lot of It's a lot of other teams that we were that I was seeing too, like Michigan, and they were talking about Michigan and Alabama and all of that. So we're just gonna see. And then the last final question, you guys: who can take down this team? To you, James.
I think Georgia's their own worst enemy, and they hold all the cards now, especially with a massive win like that.
Yeah,
So as long as they're able to, take care of business, don't make mistakes,
yeah.
focus on the field and all of that, I think they'll be all right. And maybe we'll see them as the number one college team coming out.
Definitely, man. Definitely, I can see them, and I don't even see anybody that can probably take. I would say like I have no idea, but I'd say if I was to guess, I'd say like Kansas maybe or Alabama. If they're in the right spirit, but I don't see anybody else right now like taking them down. So you guys let us know how y'all feel about that. What team do y'all think can take Georgia down, or like James said, if they're their own enemy? So y'all definitely keep us updated on that.
J&J Sports coming to y'all with more in 2024.